lack of trust in Krishna and Krishna's representative and Krishna's devotees. See, Krishna is actually perfectly capable of taking care of his devotees quite well. I mean, look at me. What am I doing? I'm simply repeating Krishna's message and maybe enhancing with my own experience and a little bit of, analysis and stuff like that. But I'm really just repeating what my spiritual master taught me and what his spiritual master taught him, and back, all the way to Krishna. It doesn't take a whole lot of originality, really. It just takes a lot of sincerity. And it also takes that kind of intestinal fortitude to stand up and say, this is my experience, this is real. And you should also try it because it would also benefit you. It's really, it's not rocket science. I say this again and again, and I really mean it. It does not require Einstein-class intelligence. In fact, it's better if you're not too over-intelligent, because then you're going to overanalyze things, and you know where that is, right? It'll just make it harder and harder for you to take the jump, take the leap. At some point, we have to take that leap. And we have to say, okay, I am irrevocably a devotee. And this is who I really am, and this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. That's really what it means to be a disciple. That's really what it means to take initiation. Initiation is not the end. It's not a goal. Initiation is the beginning. And it's making a promise that this is who I'm going to be, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So when we take initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, then we should be willing to follow up on that initiation by simply casting ourselves at Krishna's lotus feet and trusting that he's going to take care of us. See? That is the method, how we become free from karma. Krishna says, if you simply work for me, then there is no more karmic reaction. But practically speaking, what does that mean? See, it's not just an external thing that, okay, now I'm going to cook for Krishna and, do whatever I have to do around the ashram, or, go out on Sankirtan or whatever my guru instructs me to do. That's very external. What it really means to surrender to Krishna is that we also give up the mental habits that stand between us and him. The same thing is there in any relationship. If you're, let's say, going out with somebody, and you're always wondering in the back of your mind, like, is she actually seeing somebody else? Does she really care about her old high school boyfriend? Or is she really interested in me? Or what's going on here? If you're always thinking those kind of doubts, then it's going to be very difficult for you to make a commitment to this relationship. Similarly, if you're trying to approach Krishna, and you're always thinking, well, is this spiritual master really bona fide? Or is this process really going to take me to enlightenment? Or, is Krishna really going to protect me? Or do I have to, keep 10% of my energy aside for, taking care of myself, leave myself a back door? That, a way to rationalize if this process isn't really correct, then I can go back to being the way I was before, when I was miserable in the material world. Well, what this is going to do is, it's going to make you miserable now because, first of all, you're not giving your full energy to Krishna. Your attention is divided, your consciousness is divided, your energy is divided. And one of the things about a person who never puts their full energy into any one thing is that they can never be completely successful either. You ask any successful person, and one of the things they'll tell you, how they became successful, is that they put 110%, 150% into what they wanted to do with their lives. So if we want to be successful in actually attaining Krishna consciousness, serving Krishna and making him satisfied, that means total dedication, total commitment. And if we cannot make that total commitment, then we're always going to be divided within ourselves. And like Krishna says, Yavasayatmika buddhi, that those who are on this path, their consciousness is one. Their dedication is unshakable. Those who are not on this path, their intelligence is many-branched. Their consciousness is divided among many different ends. They're always playing one side against the other. So how can they make any real advancement? I remember there's a nice story. W.C. Fields, the movie actor, you know, he always played a drunken gambler. And the funny thing is, that's who he really was in real life. You know, he's a very cynical, very hard-nosed guy. Well, one day, toward the end of his life, a friend came to visit him, and he was sitting in bed reading the Bible. And as soon as the friend came in, he put the Bible away, you know, like this. And the friend says, W.C., what are you doing? I thought you didn't believe in that stuff. And he goes, covering my bets. So in material life, we always want to cover our bets. We always want to leave ourselves an out. We always want to have a back door in case this doesn't work out, we can do that. You know? And in material life, that's true because this never does work out. It never gives us 100% satisfaction. So we always have to have something else on the back burner. But in spiritual life, that's a disaster. In spiritual life, we have to trust Krishna. It really ultimately works out to trusting Krishna 100%, that he's going to love us, he's going to take care of us, he's going to be good to us, and he's going to bring us back to him. And when we do that, well, that's what Krishna does. Because remember, ye yata mam prapadyante. So if you give 100% of yourself to Krishna, then Krishna takes care 100%. If you only give 50%, then he'll give 50%. See? Krishna is waiting to see us, how we're going to approach him. The initiative is the ball is in our court. We have to demonstrate the initiative. We're the ones who have to establish credibility. Krishna is already the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know, he doesn't have anything to prove. We're the ones who have to establish that we're going to mend our ways and come back to the spiritual world. See, so it's up to us. The onus is on us to establish our credibility, our bona fides. Not that Krishna has to prove anything or the spiritual master has to prove anything. No. If we have doubts, it's up to us to resolve those doubts. The responsibility is on our side. Because there are doubts, there are imperfections. And so the business of sadhana means to purify all these imperfections, to clear all these doubts, to clear the decks. See? Just like if you have a big project and you know you're going to have to do a lot of work, what's the first thing you do is you clean up your shop, you clean off your desk. You get everything ready for this big project. Everything out of the way, get all the obstacles out of the way, and then you can just crank it out. So similarly, in devotional service is the biggest project there is. It requires all of our energy, all of our time, all of our resources to do it successfully, to complete the path. Right? That's what Krishna says. Sarva dharman parityaja, mam ekang sharanam vraja. You give up all other conceptions of religion and just surrender to me alone. Ahang tvang sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami masuchaha. I will take away all your sinful reactions. I will protect you completely from all sinful reactions. Don't worry. Masuchaha. Don't worry. So if we're not going to worry, that means we have to trust Krishna. He's going to do what he says. See? So the deal is, first, sarva dharman parityaja. You give up all other concepts of religion. Mam ekang sharanam vraja. Surrender completely to Krishna alone. Okay, that's the preconditions. Then, aham tvang sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami. I'll liberate you from all sinful reactions. Mashuchaha. Then you reach the point where you don't have to worry about anything. Just pass Krishna's test. And then Krishna will take care of the rest. Rhymes. So, when Krishna is satisfied with us that we have surrendered adequately unto him, then he fulfills his side of the bargain and he removes all our sinful reactions. We